The impossible bag. Inside the Birkin economy. Owning a Birkin isn't really a purchase. It's an application process. It starts with what insiders call the relationship. You walk into a Hermès boutique, and long before anyone offers you a Birkin, you're expected to buy other things: scarves, jewelry, home pieces, building what's known as spending history. Hermès wants proof of loyalty before it hands over its most coveted product. Industry estimates suggest shoppers often spend 2 to 3 times a bag's price in unrelated purchases just to be considered. And that history doesn't last. It resets every year or two, meaning the relationship has to be maintained, not just built once. Which is why the sales associate becomes as important as the money itself. Client behavior gets discussed. Small gestures, a coffee, a note, a returning face, can matter more than a checkbook. For those without a trusted store relationship, there's the Paris flagship, which runs a daily lottery for an appointment. The odds are famously slim, often cited around 1 in 150 or worse. And even winning the appointment is no guarantee a bag will be available. So where do all the sold-out bags come from? Enter the resale market, technically outside Hermès control, but very much shaped by it. Some resellers don't just buy and flip bags. They run networks of shoppers who build spending history purely on the reseller's behalf, absorbing the cost of scarves and jewelry as a business expense, betting that the eventual Birkin sale will more than make up for it. Some networks have gone further. European investigations have uncovered rings that recruited people specifically to pose as high-spending clients inside Hermès boutiques across multiple countries. A coordinated effort to extract inventory the brand never intended to release into resale. Hermès itself has acknowledged the problem publicly, with executives noting that inauthentic buyers crowd out genuine customers. But the system built to protect exclusivity has, in effect, created a parallel economy that runs on its own logic. When fake doesn't mean obvious. The counterfeit side of that economy is where things get genuinely strange. These aren't cheap imitations. French investigations over the past several years have uncovered workshops producing bags with real leather, real hardware, and packaging nearly identical to the genuine article, receipts, boxes, dust bags included. In some of the most notable cases, a portion of the people involved turned out to be former or current employees of the Maison itself, people with direct access to authentic materials, tools, and construction techniques. When bags built this way enter circulation, the line between real and fake stops being simple. A counterfeit bag might carry a legitimate receipt after changing hands enough times. A legitimate bag might get mistaken for a fake because provenance was never properly tracked. This uncertainty has had real consequences. Several resale platforms have reportedly tightened or paused Birkin authentication policies altogether, unwilling to stake their reputation on an item where genuine expertise still isn't a guarantee. The public reckoning. Because Birkins function as status symbols, questions about authenticity don't stay private. They become public spectacle. Accounts dedicated to spotting inconsistencies in celebrity handbags have flagged missing hardware, incorrect stitching, or off proportions, sometimes implicating public figures who likely never intended to carry anything but the real thing. Rented items and stylist choices complicate blame considerably. Other cases are less ambiguous. Collections seized in legal proceedings that turn out to be substantially counterfeit, well beyond what one might chalk up to a single bad purchase. What is a Birkin really? Strip away the marketing, and the question becomes almost philosophical. If a bag is made with the same leather, by someone trained in the same techniques, using the same tools, but without Hermès authorization or paperwork, what exactly makes it fake? Is authenticity about the object, or about permission? Hermès has spent decades engineering scarcity to create desire. What it may not have fully anticipated is that scarcity, pushed far enough, creates its own shadow infrastructure, one that increasingly operates outside any single company's ability to police it, through channels far quieter and faster than a courtroom.